And
Hey,
are
Mark.
you? Hey, Mark, how are you?
Good, good. Hey, let's take the group through some of the new features in our second generation software. Are you up for that?
Absolutely.
So, Mark, on our dashboard here, could you just quickly point out a couple of the top level features and key in on anything that's different whatsoever on this? For example, maybe some of the definitions of what an unhealthy defender is, unauthorized. Just quickly go over it, please.
Absolutely. So, as you can see, our main dashboard is almost identical to our Generation 1 dashboard that just about everybody in the group was using before now. But let's go over some of those definitions. These boxes are still the same colors. We have your active smart units with first and last name and the device assigned to that smart unit. We have authorized accesses, which is where anybody who has replied yes to the escalation will have their details listed here. We have the unauthorized accesses, showing that someone responded no to an incident. And we have unhealthy defenders, which means that there is something wrong with the device and we need to reclaim that device.
And we'll normally be in touch with them even before they notice it. But I guess that's, we just want to share that with you. Mark, if you could go back to the unauthorized access real quick. Why don't you tell them, explain to them what that resolve alert is on the right?
So when you click on the unauthorized access tab, when there is a number greater than 0 here, you're going to see a screen like this. What you would do here is you're going to click on the resolve button, and it's going to bring you into our survey, our incident report, asking you if you've completed a visual inspection of the unit. You're going to also give a brief description of what you noticed in the unit. Unit looks fine, no visible damage. So then what we're going to do is, did you detect a break-in? No. And then you're able to answer some additional questions to give us more information about what you saw. Did they use their access code? Was there damage to the lock? No. Was there damage to the door? No. Did you look at your video? Did you check and see if there was anybody on the property at that unit at that time? For these purposes, we're going to say yes. And then we're going to hit submit. And you're going to get a green bar at the top that says you've completed the survey. It's going to again give you the renter's name, the incident, which was motion, the time that it started, and the time that it was done. And then as you can see here, we've cleared that alert.
Well done, Mark. Mark, any other, looking at the rest of the ruler bar on the left, the side view, those all look very similar to what we had before.
Yes, they are all the same fields, all the same tabs. But let's walk through some of the new features that we have here in those different tabs, starting with smart units. So as you can see, most of this looks almost identical to the Generation 1 system, but we've added a new field called device health, which is going to give us a signal strength and a battery indicator telling us how much battery life is left in the device. As you can see here in Smart Unit 423, this red bag here, if you put your cursor over it, will tell you it's an unhealthy device. This is somebody that we will have probably already contacted you to contact the tenant, but we need to reclaim that device so we can figure out what's wrong.
So Mark, if you give me a call and say, hey, I need you to remove that unit from operation, or even just, hey, someone needs to remove a smart unit, can you kind of show us how that would work from here?
Yeah, so we have a couple of different options. Option number one is we're going to swap the device. Let's say you've got another device sitting in the office. The customer's in the office saying, I want to get this fixed. You can go on out and swap that device in the unit, but then we can also do that here in the dashboard. If you will click on view, you're going to come into their smart unit, and we're going to click on a manage here underneath assign devices. Here, I can add a new device and then remove the old one. As you can see now, we've got good signal strength, good battery, and the device is now checking in. Let's say the customer is upset and they no longer want to keep the smart unit at all. It does happen. What we would do is we would go to View Renters. We would go to that customer's name, and we would just click the Remove Renter and fill out your survey. And he has now been removed.
Okay.
There's one other way we can swap devices, since you brought that up, Mark, that I'd like to show everybody. If you're in the View Renters screen, we also have the ability to manage the device here. So what we can do is the exact same process I just showed you. We can assign a device, remove the other device, the unhealthy device, and now we have the correct device in the smart unit. Now this is important because it's not going to send unnecessary text messages to the tenant, and it's not going to send a new tenant addendum.
Perfect. Let's go back up and look at smart units at the high level.
Okay.
So what we've just went over is, if you could go back up to the dashboard, Mark.
Absolutely.
So we talked about the high level. We talked about, number of smart units. This is obviously a demo environment. If you're, a facility that has 102, you'll see 102 there. How many authorized accesses over the last, I think it's 1 or 2 days, unauthorized accesses over about the last 7 days, and any unhealthy defenders, which we don't have because Mark removed it away. That's wonderful. Mark, last thing I would like you to explain is just some of the updates that we had in the inventory section, just to explain maybe some of the differences of a device versus now how we're calling them smart units.
Absolutely. So if we click on the inventory tab here on the left, it's going to show me all of my unassigned smart units. So we have a couple of different options here. As you can see, this has a smart unit number of 101. So this device is been kept in storage unit 101. Maybe you're using it as a demo unit. Maybe somebody had moved out and it's your last 5x10 and you decided to keep that device in there because you've got a lot of demand for 5x10s. So the system saves the last unit number that device was in.
So looking at this, Mark, if I'm a facility manager now, obviously we're in a test environment, so we've got a lot of unoperational devices, but by looking at this, which ones would work from an assignment perspective and which would the systems prevent from assigning?
Right now, the system will only allow you to assign devices that are healthy, which means we have a signal strength here. If it's got a red bag, the system will not allow you to assign that smart unit.
Perfect. Perfect. How about in the case that I just got a group of 10 devices mailed from you? I'm at one of your facilities, one of the Rightly storage facilities. I got 10 devices mailed to me. What do I do now?
That's a great question. So the easiest thing to do if you're going to be pre-deploying your units is to click on this Create a New Smart Unit tab. And what I'm going to be able to do is to create the unit that I'm going to be placing that device in. And then I'm going to go in here in my assignable devices, and I'm going to pick that device, and I'm going to create that smart unit. And then as you can see here, we've created that device, we've created that smart unit with the storage unit number, the device ID, and now that's ready to rent.
So you've just shown me now that smart units are built, a smart unit equals a storage unit with a device already in it, and it moves around like an entity, right?
Correct.
Yep. Okay.
So
And if we wanted to, again, one more time, show me how we can remove that device. If we wanted to take device AA0001 out of that and put it into 104, let's look at how we could do that. It's no longer in
Absolutely.
103. I wanted to move it right next to 104. Show me how you would do that.
Absolutely. So what we would do is we're going to click on view. You're going to remove the device. And it's going to ask you a question. Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. Then I'm going to assign the new device.
Nope, because we're going to a 104, I said.
No, you're right. You're right. I'm sorry. I apologize about that.
So we're good. Now let's go back and look at inventory.
So as you can see, 103 is gone and the device is gone. So then what we would do is we would go back in, we would create unit 104, and we would assign that same device.
There it is. Wonderful. Well, Mark, is there anything else that you want to share with the team? I think we've covered the overall dashboard, some new features there. We did some definition of icons that we've refreshed. We've talked about how to look at an alert now. Most know that, but we went through that, how to create a renter. We actually did not create a new renter. Why don't we go ahead and create a renter? That would be one last thing we should show them.
Absolutely. So Mark, I'm going to go on ahead and put my information in here. One of the new features with this new system is you have to use a valid US phone number. If you leave it a digit short, it will not allow you to move forward. The other differentiator from the last dashboard is we no longer have to have a secondary mobile phone. You know, for those people that don't have a backup contact, but for here I have one, so I'm going to go on ahead and put that in here.
We want to use it because that's the power of StorageDefender, is the backup. Use the backup. Only by exception, don't.
Absolutely, absolutely. The more people that this touches, you know, the better, the more secure your stuff is. So we're going to go on ahead and click Add New Renter. So this screen is going to pop up if this person already has a smart unit at your facility. In that case, if the phone number and the name match up, we're going to go on ahead and use that profile, which pops up here. And as you can see, I have a couple of different options. If I'm going to be moving into unit 423, I just click Assign Unit, and it's done.
Nice and easy.
Very easy.
Hey, go show me back up in the smart unit dashboard that you're now there in unit 423. There you are.
There I am, unit 423, healthy and good battery.
Wonderful. Hey, Mark, thanks a lot. And I hope, hey, folks, if, again, there's some few changes, it's really a lot of enhancements for you. A lot of this feedback has come from you. So we hope you enjoy our new generation software. Mark's available. I'm also available. You guys know the support number with any questions starting tomorrow. We welcome to hear from you. Mark, thanks a lot.
Thanks, Mark. You have a great night.